From bumbling spy to savvy investor, Rowan Atkinson has proven that laughter is indeed the best medicine. With a career spanning over 4 decades, our beloved comedic genius has amassed a staggering fortune, estimated to be around $150 million. But Atkinson's success isn't just about the numbers, it's about the laughter, the tears, and the unforgettable characters he's brought to life. Who can forget the hapless Johnny English, the lovably awkward Mr. Bean, or the cleverly clumsy Blackadder? Today we'll be exploring his impressive car collection, featuring some of the most exclusive and expensive vehicles on the planet. From sleek supercars to vintage classics, Atkinson's garage is a petrolhead's paradise. Starting strong with the most expensive car in the actor's collection, the dark burgundy 1997 McLaren F1 sport car. This machine is the highlight of the collection. When Rowan purchased this car, he got it for almost $1 million. Ever since he bought it, he's driven the car for a little over 41,628 miles. A limited edition of just 106 ever made, the car got a position in the garage as the 49th car ever purchased by the actor. Unfortunately, Rowan crashed the McLaren twice, a minor collision in 1999 and a fatal one in 2011. To get this beauty back in shape, the actor spent over $1.4 million and ended up selling it in 2015 for about £8 million. Fun fact? This car was currently sold at a very high price of $12.2 million during an auction. Rowan is known for his great love for Aston Martin, as he owns 2 or more of this famous model. But here we'll be talking about the 1986 Aston Martin V8 Zagato. What's a vintage car without a little bit of backstory? Immediately, Rowan paid a staggering $670,000 for this car. He immediately asked the Aston Martin Work Service to help him rebuild the Amex C2 class category race car. This modification cost Rowan a whopping $300,000, bringing the price tag close to $1 million. Atkinson raced this car a couple of times and even got into an accident. When it was time to sell this beauty, it was sold for a mere $162,300, a huge loss after all the money Atkinson had spent on it. After the sale, in 2016, Nicholas & Co. had to work on it to make it more road-friendly. After this modification, it was later sold for about £23,000 or $335,000. This Zagato remains the only car that was ever modified. A quick chat about Rowan's 1939 BMW Roadster. This car ride is not just your ordinary go-to-the-store car, it's a track beast. We're talking about the same car that won the Mille Miglia race in 2011. This silver-wrapped beauty is still sitting pretty in the actor's garage. The amount Rowan paid for this car is still unknown, but judging from the market value of a standard 328 Roadster, we'd be talking about some $621,000. This car was only in production for 4 years, 1936 to 1940, with just 646 units made worldwide. The car has an aluminum body coupled with a steel ladder frame with a top speed power of about 93 miles per hour. Rowan's car collection houses some of the best car brands in the world. Imagine owning a 2011 Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead. Crazy, right? Yeah, Rowan dropped a whopping $500,000 on the gem. Everything about this car screams luxury, even the color. A North Shore blue Rolls-Royce is not common. One thing that made this car different from the other Rolls-Royce Phantom out there, and it's the engine of the car. Rowan's car features a 9-liter V16 engine, while a standard Phantom drophead has a 6.5-liter V12 engine. The V16 engine was used during the early years, but was dropped later because of certain difficulties. What's the list without the 2014 Bentley Mulsanne Birkin edition? Incomplete. This car right here screams elegance and class. It is also one of the most sophisticated cars in the actor's garage. Although the actor was quite private about this particular purchase, making the information about the time of purchase and the price unavailable. A regular Bentley Mulsanne in the market costs about $300,000, and to have it customized would cost you around $375,000. This would make the Birkin edition cost about $450,000. This Birkin edition was an exclusive edition, producing just 22 of them, which were only available in the European market. Another crazy thing about this case is the fact that only 3 colors were available. We have Ghost White, Monochromatic Damson Color, and lastly the two-tone Dark Sapphire and Fountain Blue shade. Oh, this model was named after a particular Sir Henry Ralph Stanley Tim Birkin, the 3rd Baronet. He was a British racing driver who used to race for Bentley. Moving on to the next car on our list, we have the 1977 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. This car is a rare gem, being the first of many other Aston Martins in the actor's car collection. The 1977 V8 Vantage was added to Atkinson's collection in March 1984. Fun fact: Rowan wasn't even the first or second person to own this car. He was the thrift owner of the 1977 Aston Martin. After owning it for over 3 decades, the car is finally up for auction. The V8 Aston Martin will be sold at a value of $180,000 to $200,000. The car also went through some modifications after he changed it from being left-handed to being right-handed. One very good feature about this car is that it can go from 0 to 60 in just 5.2 seconds with a top speed of 175 miles per hour. This car showcases his love for style. The 2002 Honda NSX, this car right here, is a unique beauty, an automotive masterpiece if we're being honest, and that's why it's still part of Mr. Bean's car collection and in excellent condition. This blue machine has a lot of fantastic features. Let's talk about the car having a 3.2-liter V6 engine with Honda VTEC, producing 206 kilowatts of power at 7,300 RPM and 298 Newton-meters of torque at 5,300 RPM. This powertrain enables the car to deliver exceptional performance, making it a true driver's delight. And taking a good look at this vehicle with its good condition, it is said to have a high auction value of $205,000. Another thing about this car is that this particular NSX is a facelifted model that has fixed headlights, a revised front bumper, and even stiffer spring rates. Now let's talk about the 2014 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG GT. Atkinson's love for cars is insane, and this particular car is a showstopper and yes, a must-have. This car has a 6.3-liter V8 engine, and it produces 583 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. This car is said to cost about $202,000. The red Mercedes is one of the actor's most loved cars, as it's still available in his garage. He was spotted sometime in 2014, cruising around in this beauty. One of the insane features of this car is that it can go from 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds, and also at a top speed of 197 miles per hour. Crazy, right? Yay! Although the SLS AMG does seem a little bit uncomfortable because of its gull wing doors and how it's not well suited for a person of Atkinson's height, the actor is still so much in love with his SLS AMG. Next on our list is the 1993 Mercedes-Benz 500e, a rare beauty, and a high-performance variant of the Mercedes-Benz E-Class, produced from 1991 to 1994. The car was a left-handed drive model and was imported from Japan. This car boasted a 5.0-liter V8 engine, producing 326 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.1 seconds, with a top speed of 155 miles per hour, making it a formidable performer for its time. The 500e was also notable for its unique styling, which featured flared fenders, a revised front bumper, and a rear spoiler. The car was sold at an auction around 2018, but little to no information about the sale and price was provided. However, judging based on the US market price, the Mercedes-Benz 500e cost about $81,400. And lastly, we have the 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint. Rowan Atkinson's 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint is a real gem. This car is a rare FIA homologated race car with a 4.7-liter V8 engine that's been professionally built and maintained. Atkinson has had this car since 2006 and has raced with it at various events, including the Goodwood Revival. In 2021, The car was sold through the Silverstone auctions for £56,250, or $77,000, with the proceeds going to Rowan Atkinson. Before the sale, the car underwent a £7,000 refresh, which included a new radiator, aluminum bumpers, and various other improvements. All these were repairs because the car was involved in an accident while he was participating in the Goodwood Revival Shelby Cup race in 2014.